Alright, thank you for the time given to me. I would like to explain for the material today about identifying of written purpose. So for the first is definition of written purpose. Understanding and identifying the author's purpose is essential for effective reading comprehension and understanding the message of the text and the others intent behind the writing. A writer's purpose are the first reason they decide to write about something. For students, identifying the writer's purpose is an important comprehension strategy the master to help them engage with the text and understand the writer's perspective. For writer, knowing their purpose in writing helps them to the focus their writing and communicate their message effectively. By understanding their goals, writer can use appropriate language and evidence to support their message. So that's all my explanation. For the next speaker, times is yours.
Well, thank you for the time that you have given to me, and now I would like to continue to explain about the steps to understand what the writer purpose. So, there are steps that we understand what the writer purpose, and there are the first, read the selection and ask oneself why did the writer write this. So that is the first tips, namely read the selection and ask oneself why did the writer write this. And after that, we identify the writer purpose, and we asking itself what the writer wants to the reader to know to after reading the text. The third, the next steps, namely look for clues to the writer purpose in titles, preface, and the writer background. The fourth, determine the type of writer purpose, which may be to describe, entertain, explain, or inform or persuade. And the last steps that we understand what the writer purpose, namely recognize the writer purpose quickly and unsequentially in the writing of others by reading a variety of text and working with students to identify the author's purpose for writing the text. I continue to explain about the writer purpose. So the writer purpose, or the definition or the writer purpose, is the reason why the write. So the reason the writer purpose, this can vary depending on other goals, audience, and the type of writing they do. And the writer purpose, they write the text can to entertain, to inform, persuade, express, educate, or inspire. The writer goal is to communicate their message effectively to their audience. So that is my explanation about the steps to understand what the writer purpose and what the definition of writer purpose. Thank you.
Here there are some of the writer's purpose. For the first, to entertain. One of the main goals of a writer is to entertain their audience. Writers of fiction, poetry, and other creative works use their writing to engage and captivate their readers. The goal is to provide a fun and engaging experience for readers. And the second point is to inform. Another goal of a writer is to inform their audience. This can include news articles, reports, and educational materials. The goal is to provide accurate and useful information for readers. The third point is to persuade. Writers can also use their writing to persuade their audience. This can include persuasive essays, copy, and political speeches. The goal is to convince the reader to take a certain action or adopt a certain point of view. And for the last point is to express. To express. Many writers use their writing as a form of self-expression. This can include personal essays, memoirs, and poetry. The goal is to communicate the author's thoughts and feelings in a creative and meaningful way. That's all my explanation, and thank you.
Alright, thank you for the time that given to me. Now I would like to continue explain about our material. This is the sum of the writer purpose. The sum of the writer purpose there is to educate. Writers can also use their writing to educate their audience on certain topics. This can include textbooks, manuals, and instructional materials. The goal is to provide clear, concise information that helps reader learn a new skill or subject. The next is to inspire. Several authors use their writing to inspire their audience, which includes motivational speech, self-help books, and inspirational stories. The goal is to encourage readers to pursue their goals and dreams. The next is to relate a story or to recount events. The writer's purpose is to tell a story or to share an experience with the readers and to engage the readers and help them feel emotional connected to the story. The next is to tell what something looks like, sounds like, or feels like. The writer's purpose is to use descriptive writing to help the readers imagine and experience the subject being described. The goal is to help the readers connect with the subject and understand it more deeply. And the last is to convince a reader to believe an idea, take a course of action. The writer's purpose is to use persuasive writing to present arguments and evidence to support a particular point of view or position on a topic. The writer may use emotional appeals, logic, and evidence to make their argument more convincing. That's all my explanation. Thank you.